your segment on wolves, on how wolves became dogs.
Oh,
showed it to my kids.
And that's
and
right.
You can see the little wheels spinning like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, that's how a dog became a dog?
And what you didn't see is I'm sitting at the campfire in this snowy environment, and they got wolves walking around me. They're on these fishing wires because they are not dogs.
Right.
Okay. They
do whatever the fuck they want.
Correct.
Yeah.
And when they're looking at you, it's like, should I rip his neck out now or later when I'm more hungry?
Right.
They're not. There's no eye contact with them because they don't see you as anything other than something they could possibly eat. And so you can't interact with them the way you would with ordinary dogs. So they're on these fishing, high-tension fishing wire that you can't see against the snow. And they're like hooting and hollering around me as I describe. And the name of that show is And the Wolf Shall Become the Shepherd. Yeah.
My friend did a commercial with a wolf. And there's this commercial where he's running up this mountain and the wolf is there. And at the end of the commercial, they had to get the wolf to snarl. So what the trainer does is he shows the wolf some meat, and then he pulls the meat away from the wolf. And the wolf snarls, and they're like, and then the commercial's over. He's like, no, there's no working after that. Like, there's no, you're not going to be near the wolf.
Right.
Like, that switch is turned
You're
on.
done.
Yeah, and it's crazy. He's like, once that thing snarled, everybody just backed off, and the trainer let everybody know, like, once I get to this point, we're done. Like, there's no more. And that thing's like, okay, everybody, we're done. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All three of these Cosmoses, the original one with Carl Sagan, the one that the privilege of hosting in 2014 and 2019, are co-written by Anne Druyan, and she's the widow of Carl Sagan.
Oh, wow.
But she kind of in his shadow back then, but she's hugely creative and highly enlightened. And so most of the sort of the soul energy, if you will, what makes Cosmos distinct from other documentaries where you're sort of sitting there learning, you put your thinking cap on, your learning cap on. In Cosmos, it's your feeling cap. You're not only learning, you're also feeling the science and its relationship to you, to civilization, to the world, to the universe. And her infusion of this, she's a highly scientifically literate writer, producer. And so I just give a shout out to her. Just working with her has been a delight.
Is Cosmos on Apple TV or
Amazon
or anything?
So Cosmos was after it premiered on Fox and then went internationally on Nat Geo. It then went to Netflix. But I think this run of Netflix is going to drop until the next one comes in. I think they want to clear the landing zone for the next Cosmos. But it went to Netflix.
But is it available for anyone to get right now?
Oh, right now? It should be. I haven't checked. That's a great question.
Because I have it all on my DVR, and I'm scared to delete it.
Oh, yeah.
I only have like 6%
left.
hard drive space left.
That's what everyone's DVR looks like.
I got all your Cosmoses in there.
Yeah. So thanks for having them all in there.
What was that Morgan Freeman show?
Through the wormhole.
Yeah, I got that on there too.
Yeah,
that was a great show
too. That's a Joe Rogan thing.
Yeah.
If you didn't have that, I'd be disappointed in you. I say you're an imposter. You're fake.
It's an opportunity to be entertained and learned, which I think is what everybody misses.
Right.
And I think that's what's missing in most public education. It's people are bored.
Yeah.
And you take these kids with so much energy and then you make them sit still and watch something that's not even remotely stimulating by a person who doesn't really care to be there.
Right. And they know this. They know this intuitively, if not explicitly, that the enthusiasm is absent.
Yeah, they could feel it.
Yeah.
And just, it's the worst way to learn. It's the worst way, and it's so hard to escape. Once you get out of that system, it takes forever for a lot of these people to just get their excitement about education back.
You know what I say when I address teachers? We all, by the way, I'll do this right now in this room. There's only three of us, but let's take a show of hands. In your life, with all the teachers you've ever had in every class you've ever taken, how many had like a singular influence on who and what you became? Give me a number. It's going to be, I'm betting it's 5 or fewer, probably more like 3.
Yeah, for teachers.
What's your number?
Well, there's the one that I talked about on your show the last time I saw you.
Thanks for coming on to Star Talk.
My pleasure. who was a science teacher that I had when I believe I was in 7th grade, who told me that if you really want to hurt your brain, look up and recognize the fact that that goes on forever, that this is infinite, and then just think about what that means, infinite, that there really is no end to it.
So, but how many teachers such as that were so influential on you?
That one guy saying that one
So
thing
for you, it's
in that
one.
one class,
It's one.
he might be the one.
And what do you got?
Maybe two at
Two.
most, maybe.
For me, it's like 2.5. And I've had scores of teachers.
Yeah.
Okay? 100 teachers, at least. So what I tell teachers is, be that teacher to your students. We've all had those teachers. Be that teacher. And in every case, it wasn't because the topic was something you knew in advance you would like. It's because their energy for sharing their passion and love for the subject was palpable.
Yeah.
And it just spilled out of them and went into course through your veins and your arteries. And you walk out of there thinking, wow, that was the most interesting thing I've ever done in my life. You don't even care what you get on a test after that because you got touched and you became an enlightened participant in that exercise, in that exploration.
Yeah, it's just so hard for them to even get kids' attentions, though. I
Yeah,
mean, there's just so many wrestling
unfortunately-
matches going on.
Unfortunately, that could be, in some places, half the energy of the teacher is maintaining order.
I think the success of your book, the success of your show, your podcast, and many of these other really intelligent podcasts are showing, though, that there's an appetite for this stuff out there.
Yeah, and I'm delighted to be a servant of that curiosity. And I brought this just because it's not even out yet. You're airing like now live. You're live.
We're live.
You are live. Okay, so
There's
this
like a 5-second delay or something like that.
is.
Is
that to bleep all of my expletives?
No. What is this? Accessory to War?
Oh, this is like another book. This is coming out in 3 weeks.
Is this about space war?
Accessory to War: The Unspoken Alliance Between Astrophysics and the Military. Yeah, so this other book was Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. If you're in a hurry, do not buy this book. This is not for people in a hurry. This is not an impulse item at the checkout line. This is all about. By the way, we know what role the physicist plays in war. The physicist makes the bomb, invents the bomb. The chemist perfects napalm. The biologist weaponizes anthrax. And the astrophysicist, well, we sit at the end of a telescope and wait for photons to cross the universe and enter our detector, and we go into conferences and argue about them. So there is no obvious connection between what we do